We are here. The name of our company is Panorama Brand Studios, and if you're here watching this video, it's because you want to learn more about what we do and the services that we offer. The four main services that we offer are video marketing to promote your social media with video production and short format content. We do photography and we do video production for longer format videos as well to fit your needs on whether that is training for your clients or for your employees, whether that is starting your own YouTube channel. You need video production for your team, and we also do video podcasting. We have a whole studio set up. Do you want to talk about the podcasting we do?
Yeah, hello guys, welcome everybody to Panorama Brand Studio. Like Miguel said, we have our studio here. I know you're seeing some of it right here behind it. We create podcasts for you guys so y'all can stay relevant. Not only we just create it for you, but we want to strategize something with you guys to create a video podcast show. So this is something that it will keep you relevant because, as you know, Miguel was mentioning about the long format. At that long hour format of your podcast, you can actually cut it into pieces, many 10, 15 pieces, and show that on your YouTube shorts, on your reels, on your TikToks, all over social media to help you keep your brand out there. You need your brand out there. You need to keep your relevancy out there. And to do this, you got to keep on doing content. And that's what we're here to fuel the fire on your brand to create this. And one of the things that we do here on Panorama,
take your brand to the next level. We have a studio here in Houston. It's going to be 6110 Pine Mountain Drive, Houston, Texas. And if you want more information, send us an email with some of your information and we'll reach out to you as soon as we can. You guys, if you have any questions, just let us know and we are happy to talk to you.
Thank you and God bless. Hey, good afternoon. How's everybody going today in this beautiful Wednesday? Is it Wednesday, bro?
It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday.
Right? We sometimes don't know the days. It's crazy, right?
No, days are just kind of like all over the place.
Can you believe that I was actually talking to my mom about that how the days are being so fast? Like I get home and it's already fucking 7. Sorry about my language. 7 o'clock already, and I'm like, I woke up at 8 and now it's 7. Like too fast.
It just flies, bro. Time just flies when you're putting in the work, when you're doing something, when you're staying busy and staying productive. Because there's a difference between being busy and being productive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Being busy is more like you actually just doing something without any logical explanations or any strategy behind it. But when you actually are productive, you actually have a strategy, a plan in place to be able to actually execute, so you can be a better, everything that you do, businessman, businesswoman, anything that it is that you want to do. So yeah, it's important to have those ideas in mind and things in order so you can be able to achieve your goals and your success.
Yeah, man, I'm just happy to be here. And this is something that we gotta have to work out, even if it's just you or myself. More of this live streaming, because this stuff actually works. It's we do pre-recorded podcasts as well as live streaming podcasts. Right now, we're doing it here at Studio A, but we can actually do it on Studio C and over there where it's green screens, where we can put whatever you want on the back. So there's many ways that we can actually help you here. Many services that you don't just have to, it's going to be only in the green screen, but it can actually be here like we're doing right now. And you don't have to do it for a whole hour. You can come in here, do a 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and give a lot of value. Talk about your service, the struggles. That's what we're talking about today. New services, structuring. We always pivot and structuring different things left and right to see what really works, right? Because sometimes we do a lot of things and we're like, it actually not working. And the things that don't work, why are you still doing it? And just set it aside and start something out and pivot something new to see if it works or not.
Exactly. You got to be able to pivot when something is not working. We were just talking with somebody we know, and they were explaining to us that they started a business, it was not working, something was wrong with the numbers, they were not generating enough income for them to actually sustain the business. But eventually they've noticed, they executed a new plan, they changed it multiple times until they got to a place in their business that it actually started, revenue started coming in, cash flow started generated. And so it's important to have those pivot moments, because if not, something's not working, like the guy from Shark Tank always says, if your business is just dead, it's not really working, then you gotta take it out, in the back of the barn and just shoot it, because
That's true.
it is what it is. It is your baby. Let's say you started the business, it is your baby. But if it's not working, if it's not generating any money or giving you any value at all, then you just gotta take it out behind the barn and shoot it, because it's not worth the headache. It's not worth anything. Now, that does not mean that you d- don't have to put in time and effort into your business, because a lot of the times it's not that it's not working, it's that you're not working. A lot of the times it's not that it's not making sales, it's that you're not generating the sales, you're not making the phone calls, you're not going to networking events, you're not strategizing your business, coming up with pricing and making a good plan, talking to clients. If you have a good business, if you have a good product or service that you are providing to the marketplace, and if something is not working, something is not selling, it's it can be you. Like, you have to put into consideration your time, your energy, your effort, right? Now, on the other side of the coin, of course, there's times where you're putting a lot of work into it, a lot of effort, but the numbers are just not there. In
Mhm.
that case, yeah, it's okay to pivot. It's okay to like find a way to actually make money, because that's what we are entrepreneurs do. We actually pivot all the time. We actually change things into, what does that even mean? What does pivot even means? Pivoting is actually changing routes, changing direction, creating a new business model, a new business strategy, or creating an entitled new business from scratch. So that's what pivoting is. So I think it's important to choose where you're going, choose what actually is working. If it doesn't work, then take it behind the bar and shoot it.
Shoot it. And he said a lot of things that are very, really correct. A lot of us out there, social media is crazy. Everybody trying to tell you, do this, do that. But you know yourself better than anybody else. And you know your baby, your business, anybody else. So who cares if you have to rebrand? Maybe you have to change your name. Maybe it didn't actually, you didn't see it through perfectly that this was gonna work like this, and you had to make that pivot and like, let me change the name, but I'm actually still gonna do the same thing that I know that that's my passion, but it has to kind of change, restructure it, rebrand it, repricing it, probably even losing clients that you already know that they're giving you headaches, and you want these kind of clients that they're not giving you headaches, that they're not worrying about, oh, here's my price, oh yeah, here's my car, take it, I'm good. All of those things matter. Sometimes we just go at it, and we seen it because we, as Panorama Brand Studio, we seen it on both sides, where we're heading up with, charging a little bit, and yes, you might create a volume and here and there, but it's not gonna work because we seen it. We have expenses, you have this, and at the end of the day, when you see your profit, you're like, holy crap, this doesn't make no sense, and it doesn't push you and motivate you and inspire you to even work harder, for not only for the business but for the client itself. You're like, man, doesn't make sense. I'm like working so hard and doing the things that I love, but it doesn't show in the numbers. So you have to restructure it's okay if you're gonna lose clients. It's okay if they're gonna tell you, no, you're too pricey. They're not for you. Those are the headaches. You don't want that. You want to reconstruct the right people, and the right relationship. Like me and Miguel, we got a good relationship, and the people that we meet, we actually not think about them as a transaction. Everybody out there doing business, I know the economy is bad, inflation and all of this, and you want to just grab. You don't want to do that. You really want to truly create a strong relationship for the long term. Sometimes you even got to do a little bit more things on the side there of what you're doing for them. But guess what? They're going to be loyal to you, and you're loyal to them. And from there, you just kind of keep on growing with referrals and stuff, and they're not giving you headaches. Isn't that right?
That's right. And if a client is not for you, you can actually fire your own clients.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's not doing something you like, or they're giving you too much of a headache, like Jesus was saying, or they're just not respectful for your time and your efforts and your work, and they continue wanting things for cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, or they're just not somebody to work with, then yeah, you just gotta fire your own clients. Don't wait until they fire you because you're not doing good work for them, because eventually you might get tired of working for them, and then they're going to be the one that still want things for cheaper, and then eventually they might be the one that's like, hey, I don't want to work with you. Well, why wait for that time, right? having your own business is hard, and getting clients is even harder, right? So once you have a client, our mentality is that we don't want to let go of that client because they're making, you know, we're providing a service for them, and they're making us some money for by also changing services and products for them. So it's hard enough just to get a client in the first place that you don't want to let them go. But if they're not helping you, if they're not really helping you in any way or form, sometimes it's okay to say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, but you got to go. Because if I put a lot of time and energy with you, that means I'm taking away time from the right clients to come in. That's always the case. If you're in a bad relationship and you don't like being in that relationship, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, then you're being there, then you're not allowing something good to come into your life. You know what I mean? So it's good to let some of those people go. Even with friendships, it's okay to cut people off. I was just talking to one of my really good friends yesterday, and they were explaining how they feel their life was being drained by negative energy, negative people. And I just told them, dude, like, you just gotta let these people go. I know they're great friends. I know they might be best friends when you're a child or from high school or whatever. But if somebody's not serving you, if somebody is not helping you grow, if you're actually sacrificing your mental health, if you're sacrificing a better future for yourself and your family, then you just gotta cut that loose and let them go. The second option is just to reduce the time and energy you just spend with those people. However, at least in my case, if they're not helping me grow, that means they're helping me fall. So I just cut those people out. And because I let go of those people and energies that are not be around, I allow myself, open my time in your calendar to getting the right people in into your life. And sometimes that's what you need to do. With clients, same thing. They're not working out, you fire them and you attract the new clients. Somebody doesn't want to pay, hey, well, I'll let you go. And then you attract the higher paying clients, which usually they're always even better. Not always, but for the most part, they're more content and excited to work with you.
Man, everything that Miguel said is he's right on the point. Sometimes, it's hard. We, like he said at the beginning, having a business is it's a struggle. You go to a lot of struggles, but from those struggles, you learn a lot of valuable lessons, not only in the business but in life itself as well. Things that might come through, might go out, that you might say this is not right. That's why the communication is key on both sides. Business is business and relationship is a relationship. So when you are doing a business through business with somebody else, it is a client or maybe it can be a family member, but it's still business. Just because they're a family member, you just gonna act or give them a discount? No, hell no, man. It's like Walmart ain't giving you a discount. You still got to pay for what you got to go pay, or Apple or etc. The same thing. We have a value that we're giving here, a service that's what we have, and it's gonna keep on moving up. We're seeing different things of structuring prices and seeing that it works and trying to actually combine and be simpler things for you, but we putting in the value, like saying we're doing this a podcast and you want to create a podcast and you're like, I just don't want to come in just one time. So you can sign an agreement that you can be 3 to 6 months with us, but now you are committed. Now you put your word on it. You sign that agreement that you're gonna be committed, and we actually be accountable with you guys to be coming in here. You're gonna do 2 podcasts a month, this and that, but we're helping you. We're figuring out ways from you, not only from us, because if we do that, it's just we know what we do. We're the experts and the authority of the podcast. We're the number one podcast here in Houston, and on the high quality and everything. You can see it as well as we're going live streaming. We're doing a high quality live streaming, cinematic camera, things that you can do here as well as we're doing here. Say, Miguel bring somebody or myself, and or we could got a new client and you're like, you know what, I don't really want to do a podcast, but I want to do something similar to what you're doing right now. You can do that. We can create a service for you that you can come in here and sit down. Maybe you want to do a Zoom call, right? Or teach or train something. You can do it here. You don't need to have all of these cameras. Guess what? We're only using one camera looking at us. We're giving you value. We're telling you what we're going through the struggles. We're not quitting. We're figuring out ways. Mentoring, coaching, all of that stuff really matter. But the number one thing that really matters is taking action on it. Because you can pay so many much here and there and there, but at the end of the day, if you're blaming every single coach or mentor, it's not them, it's you, because you're not actually taking action. I can't see it from Miguel. He's taking some classes and some coaching. Man, I see the difference because he's paying all of this money. He's like, I better take action. I better pivot here and there and see
Mhm.
how it works or if it doesn't work. Because then why are you doing it? You're not gonna do it for nothing. And then from there, he gets knowledge. We get both knowledge, and we can create things for you guys. We can create workshops for you guys. We did one workshop. It's
Mhm.
gonna go soon here. We gotta actually put it here in a live stream so y'all can see it. The first time seeing these workshops. What do you think about that workshop we did? I know it was fast and stuff, but I mean, it was great. I loved it. People got the value of
Oh,
it.
it was great. It was definitely great. The value was there. We actually provided more value than we expected to provide at the very end. And we actually did this first workshop totally free for people. And the thing about free is that, yeah, we did it for free because it was the first time we did it and we didn't really know any better. We just wanted to have a workshop out there to actually just talk and actually share our knowledge. However, that being said, it's not always the best case. It's almost never the best case scenario for you to do free workshops. Always charge for your time. Always charge for your knowledge and experience because you work your ass off to get that knowledge. You spend days, nights, you know, talking to people hard, difficult clients to be able to go through these hurdles, to be able to gain this experience and knowledge. So it's not free, right? Stop giving away your info for free and start charging for what you know or for what you're passionate about. So that being said, that's what I want to start doing. That's what we want to start doing. We want to be able to share knowledge. Of course, we're gonna charge for this knowledge because anything worth having is worth paying as well. Anything that is for free, either you're not gonna get any value from it or you're just not gonna feel as committed to take action on what you gained. I mean, I used to go to a lot of different events, free events, networking events, this and that, and I thought I was gonna get a lot of knowledge and experience and information, but since they were all free, guess what? Either the knowledge was not there, and if it was, I didn't feel like it was worth it
Hmm.
because I didn't have to pay anything for it, just my time, which is more valuable than any amount of money, by the way. But when you're younger, your early 20s, you're not thinking about your time, you're thinking about the money, right? Now, that I'm older, I'm in my 30s, early 30s. Now I'm thinking about my time, how it's more important than money. Money comes and goes.
Hmm.
Money is just a tool. It's just a currency. It's just an exchange, and so that is just what it is. That's why people say it's not real. That's why people say money is not real because it's literally paper. It's real, literally an online transaction. You need money to do a lot of different things. It's a tool. What do you have in your toolbox? However, time is more valuable because I know this story of this guy who was a multi-billionaire from Dubai. He had cancer and he
Hmm.
died leaving all that money to this random 25-year-old chick. Now that girl's having the blast of her life, but
Man, where is she?
she's actually coming pretty soon today. I have a meeting with her. No, I'm joking. But that being said, money is just a tool. Money is just a currency exchange. So when it comes to learning new information that can improve or will improve your life and take you to the next level, wherever it is that you want to go, don't be cheap with spending money in exchange for some good information, some for good value. And the third thing is, like I'm in this mastermind. Yeah, it was worth a pretty good amount of money, but there's a camaraderie in the group. We kind of hold each other accountable. And in the back of our minds, it's always like, oh, wow, we want to make this money back. So it pushes us to go farther than the amount of money that we paid to get into that group. So that's why, and just being around individuals who already have the mindset of money, have the mindset of learning to love money, not
Hmm.
in the sense of like, like that duck, whatever. Like, I just want a pool of freaking gold coins and just swim in it. Not in
Hmm.
that sense, but more in the sense of I'm willing to love money. I'm willing to accept money coming into my life. More in that realm of I love money because I accept money. I love money because it's a useful tool for me to help other people, right? And so, for example, when you have a client, a lot of people, most people, we actually used to do that. I know I used to do that. It's like we have a client, they're gonna pay, and I was just in the beginning, I was more like, okay, we'll just pay for the last date. We'll pay whenever you want to pay, that's fine. Or we'll do the work, you can pay later, that's fine. That used to be my mentality. But what is it now? More my mentality is now, I just told Jesus earlier
Hmm.
this today. Hey, we have this thing coming up. They need to pay today. Like right now. They should have
Hmm.
paid yesterday, right?
Hmm.
That's my new mindset. That's our new mindset of like, hey,
Hmm.
we need to make this money right now because is worth our time and value, and so start loving money in the sense of like you are worthy of getting that money, right? So it's important to have that.
Damn, you're right. And we always talked about that. Now that we structure a lot of things in the business, it's like, hey, you're gonna come in and do a podcast or whatever it is that the service that we're doing, you gotta pay before you come in here because what he
Hmm.
said. We had sometimes people coming in, yeah, they finished up, they left, and we already had sent them the invoice and they haven't paid. 3 days passed, and we're
That
like,
used to happen to us a little while back.
right,
Not
right,
anymore
not
though.
anymore, not anymore, because
Now
you
we even have a link.
no, yeah, that'd be even better. But look, now that we're being like real, I know a lot of you are watching us have a business and you're probably going through the same thing. Don't do that. Make sure that they pay you for your service or your product right in there before they come in.
But what didn't anybody teach us in the very beginning just to do what we're doing right now, like with Calendarly? Dude, imagine how much time we would have saved in the beginning. We would have just created this Calendarly account,
Hmm.
have the connected to our actual calendar, and actually, be able to put our links in there.
Yeah, and it's
And
easier
they can just pay right there. In order
for
to
both.
book, you gotta pay right there.
Yeah.
It's everything's online. You gotta worry about it. They don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about it. Because a lot of times it was like, yeah, let me send them an invoice and let's see when they want. They'll pay whenever they want to pay, and we had to like be in their asses, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, pay, pay, pay. But no, that's wasting
No,
everybody's time.
everybody's. I mean, I know it, man. Yeah, I go through it, and it's not right that yeah, some of you might think if having a business, you're like, but I know them and stuff like that. No, man, a bit like I said at the beginning, a business is a business. You
It's
coming
different than
in
personal.
is different than personal. You gotta come in, you gotta sit down in here before you even touch this mic. You better already have paid. Because I mean, like Miguel said, we already did that, we learned that, and we ain't going through that anymore. And even if we lose that client and comes in and acts this way, it's okay. Like he said,
I'm gonna share it
we're
there.
gonna fire him.
Mm,
We're gonna fire her.
yeah.
It doesn't make sense now that we are a year and a half already for us to be just yes, no, 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 no. We learn our lessons, and we're gonna keep on learning lessons while everything is skyrocketing. Like I said at the beginning, inflation and this, you have to put your prices up. You have to see your value. And what he said, the most important thing every day that I've been working out, time, because we ain't getting that shit back. Sorry about my language. We ain't getting time back. None of that. So if we're gonna do something or be with you, it's like it's a valuable time. Like if we got somebody coming here, even Miguel, we already talked about it when we done this. We're gonna make sure that we actually gonna meet you right, or we know why you're coming because your time is valuable and our time is valuable. So we both either we learning or speeding knowledge for each other that we both learning, just like what happened on Wednesday, right? We went out there for the pool and stuff, but I actually took a lot of valuable lessons, and I know you did too. So we went to out there just to refresh our mindset and just because you need it. We all need it, recharge back. But while we were recharging back, we actually learned from another business owner that he's been in the game for 11 years. And we learned a lot of stuff at QuickBooks and time and franchise. Man, we learned a lot because he's already been there for 11 years. So guess what? It was a good time, really good, valuable time. we learned something and we actually retract ourselves, and it was a really good day because it was the whole night. And it's sometimes you really truly gotta do that for you, not to you but for you, and learn every day, man. And feel like you're doing something today. Sometimes, I mean, I'm seeing, a lot of, and they're right, even billionaires and stuff. They're like, hey, I seen little clips, and they're like Warren Buffett. You're like, sometimes you might, work hard that day and you didn't make any money. That's fine. It's okay. Yeah, and you're back in your mind, like, shit, man, I gotta pay the bills. But you did something right. You were not busy. You were being productive, but you did some things right that you're like, I didn't miss my day. Yeah, I didn't make no clients, or I didn't make no money today, or we didn't make no money. Panorama didn't
Like,
close, right?
just as an example,
Yeah,
I was just telling you earlier as an example, the first half of this month, we already went through it really quickly.
really quickly.
We're like half of the month
Today's
right now.
14.
Yeah, 15, I think.
Mhm.
So today the 15th, half of the month. You know what I'm saying? So the next
Mhm.
other half of the month, I need to make a certain amount of money, whether that's 3,000, 5,000, whatever it is, to be able to support my expenses and just, pay my bills. And so I was telling Jesus that as an entrepreneur, you just got to figure out ways to make that money, right? As an employee, a lot of the times you just have that paycheck coming in. So you're just used to like something comfortable where you're just kind of like coming in, right? And you might like your job, you might hate your job, but you have continuously amounts of money, paychecks coming in every single, I don't know, bi-weekly or whatever. And you kind of get into a state of mind where you know where the money's coming, you know how much you're making, you know how much you should spend. However, as an entrepreneur, every month is a different month. Every month you get paid a same amount. Of course, you want to continue growing for how, let's say you make 5,000, like, let's say you start at, I don't know, 2,000 a month, you go to 3,000, then 5,000, and then eventually 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 a month. But at the end of the day, let's say you are in the $10,000 mark right now, like this month. In my example, it's like, okay, let's say I already make my 5,000 for the first, 2 weeks of the month. I need to make another 5,000 this month. I mean, this other in the next couple of weeks. Most people don't even barely make 5,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? And so for them, it's like, but they're working continuously at a job that most of the people don't like to
They
do.
hate.
They hate. And so for me, it's like I told Jesus earlier, hey, I need to make 5,000 these next couple of weeks. So what do I have to do? I gotta start thinking. Most people don't even think. Most people are so submerged in their own little lives, in their own little worlds, in their own little shitty fucking lives that they hate what they're doing. So in my scenario, and I'm sure Jesus is the same thing,
Yep.
both are in the same, boat where it's like, okay, what can I do to make $5,000 in 2 weeks? If somebody puts a head in your head and tells you, hey, you need to make $5,000,
A head in your head.
uh, a gun in your head,
That's funny.
a gun in your head, and tells you gotta make 5,000 in the next couple of weeks, you will figure something out. Otherwise, you die, right? Same scenario. I feel like I always have a gun in my head in the sense of like, hey, if I don't make this money, I can't pay my bill. So I'm always continuously hustling, right? I know that's not always the best thing to do, and I'll get there in just a minute. But for the most part, that's where I'm at. I'm always hustling. I'm always trying to see, hey, you know what? This month, maybe this side of the business is not doing so well. Well, how can I complement what I did not make this month, right? And that's how sometimes I get another gig here and there, and I do some things. Or I do some work with some people that I don't know. Maybe it's not the best type of work for me that I want to do, but he pays the bills. So it's okay sometimes to do things that you might not want to do if it's a little extra money, a little extra source of income of money that you're making, right? So I think that's my mindset right now at that stage of my life that I'm now. I'm 32 currently. So this is where I'm at right now. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm hustling, I'm making money. And I know sometimes there's not enough money in this bucket, but I gotta make it up somehow, some other way in this other bucket. Is everything is legal, so don't worry about that. But that's just the way it is. Now, That's the hustling mode. But just being in these good groups with people who are really ahead of the game in money, more way ahead of than me, they talk about fees. They talk about not working for fees, not working per job, because at the end of the day, the only way you can get out of there is training somebody else to do it for you, and then you get out of there, which is true. It makes sense. But if I'm always doing the work, if I'm always doing everything, then it's like I'm never gonna grow. Because even if I do grow, I might have 100 clients this month, but I'm gonna be so my time is gonna be spread so thin, right? So what do I want to do then? If I don't want to hustle, which at the end of the day everything is a hustle,
Mhm.
then what can I do? Well, how about you start something online where you can and we have some things going on. I don't want to really give too much away,
Mhm.
but how about you start something online? Just basically have the time work for you, where you can create something that's always producing without you having to be there all the time. It's like when people get into like Amazon FBA, or when they sell things online where eventually people continue to buy things when they're asleep, or have a type of company business where everybody else is working and doing what they need to do. You have like a system and process together
System and process. There it
where
goes.
it just have money coming in. All you have to do is just kind of make sure you manage things around. uh but that's the next level. I know it's going to take some time to get there, but that's the next level for me right now. Is I'm still in the hustling stage. How am I gonna make 5,000 this next couple weeks? And you figure out, work backwards.
We're backwards. Yeah.
You need to make 5,000. Okay, if you just get 5 clients this next couple weeks, 5 clients each paying you 1,000, that's your 5K. Now, if you get 10 clients, everybody paying you $500, easy. You get your $5,000. If you break it down, it just
Yeah.
makes more sense.
Yeah, and it's you always have to break it down because we make, like you said, sometimes you make it so hard on yourself. Then like, I can't make the 5,000, I can make the 3,000. But when you work backwards and you just kind of like break it down, if it is 300, 500, it's like if I can help this, but I'm not giving you all of my knowledge and value, but I can make it because you already know that we got paid bills. Shit,
Mhm.
at least you know you're making it.
You know
Because
you're
like you said, it's this month.
this month.
It's this month. And every month is different. Like last month, well, we don't even want to talk about the past. Today is this month. Like you said, we got 2 weeks. We got a lot of things to learn. We got a lot of services that we're bringing in because we have a studio, so we can implement a lot of things. We can talk a little bit about how we implementing things about like networking, doing it here. Like that's something new that we would just. He had a call and an
Oh
idea
yeah,
came.
yeah, yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
an idea, and he can tell you. I got up of the seat when he started
Oh
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
energy, just
yeah, yeah,
that's when you know
yeah.
that's something that what we do, like what we talked about pivot.
Yeah.
It's like another pivot, but adding and service that is actually gonna help you guys and ourselves because we can
Mhm.
actually do it for us to create more of our brand and grow it.
Mhm. So I love that business because it's like, if in this room we got 4 spots available,
For spots.
and instead of going to a networking event where a lot of the times, honestly, you might meet one person, you might meet, I don't know, 5 people or 10 people, but a lot of the times on these networking events, all they want to do is give you a business card. They don't even really share what they do. They don't really want to know what you do, because all they want is for you to become their client. How do you go past that? Well, by having a meaningful conversation with them. And I feel like I've learned that going through the Iron,
Yeah, I
because
love it.
because
Yes.
we actually have meaningful conversations with people, and it's more in depth, right? So I was like, if I when I go to the Iron or this particular network event, and let's say I think on average you meet between, it could be 1 to like 4 people, I would say,
Yeah, you're right.
like meaningful people
Meaningful people.
within
You're right.
those 2 or 3 hours, because it's not just about passing the business
Nope.
card, it's
Nope.
actually about getting to know them. So same scenario, same example. We'll bring 4 people, they all sit in this table, and it's worth having conversations with those types of people, because
Mhm.
they don't just want your business card. They're already professionals. A lot of them are already making money. And if they're not making money, they're there. Of course, a networking event is always about who you know, and potentially maybe getting a job from them. Or I understand that. But don't make it too obvious. You want to, like Jesus always talks about, you building that warm relationship, that good
It's a
relationship
good
with them, because
relationship.
people
Yeah.
want to work with you if they like you, not just for other reasons. So that's basically what Jesus was saying. Having four people here, the right people, and you just have a conversation with them. All you have to do is pay $200
Yeah.
uh,
Your spot. Your spot.
to reserve your spot. You
Yeah.
reserve your spot, you come in, and we as producers, we will guarantee you, for the most part, that you will be talking to people that are worthy having conversations with. It's not
Intimate.
just intimate conversation, it's just not random people. Like, for example, and sometimes we might have like a little event where it's only like a certain demographic for a certain industry. Let's say real estate.
Mm.
Let's say we got real estate in the house. We might have an investor, maybe somebody in the mortgage space, maybe a real estate broker, and maybe somebody in the title space. Who knows?
Uh-huh.
And then you can just kind of have a good conversation with them, talk a little bit about what y'all do and things like that. And everybody's kind of like, it's affordable.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of like gets their own little clip, their own little like video,
Yeah.
whatever,
And it's high production.
high production, their own sharing opportunity. So it's really cool. Like, you can't lose in that. Now, we're the ones that, unless you have somebody in mind you want to bring in. But then there's you want to talk a little bit about the other one,
Oh yeah,
where it's
man.
like you bring an actual expert in
Yes.
their field.
Yes, this is another. So what he talked about, that was one of the networking things that we actually implementing already. I know we haven't pushed it, but we're actually gonna keep on pushing it, just like you seeing right now. Now the other one is almost the same thing as he said, but we're gonna bring an expert on that field, like what he said. We might bring, say, a real estate investor that you really always wanted to meet. You seen him or her at a network event where you go at their free event, but you never have a chance to actually meet them because everybody's surrounding them. And you're like, damn, I only want to ask them these few questions that it might help me level up on my business. Even if it's real estate or whatever business that you're at, they might help you. Now we can actually do that. Bring that one person, that expert, sit them here at the table. Now we're reserving 3 spots that is going to be an intimate mastermind networking with that expert. So you will be reserving your spot for 500, but now guess what? It's only 3 people that are going to be here. And guess what? It's going to be high value production being reserved here for you guys.
3 people and then the main person.
And the main person.
So 4 people in
four
total.
people in total. But guess what?
And it's all being filmed
and it's all being filmed and recorded. And guess what? Now you can ask that person that question.
And on top of that, you actually get some content out of it for your own branding.
And you build a relationship with that person too.
And it's better than going to a coffee, because a lot of times you
No.
can buy somebody for coffee.
No.
Let's say, for example, somebody we know who's big in the real estate space, and we know that that person is not going to give their time away for free.
No, he's not. She's not.
So if you pay $500, right? You pay $500 and you reserve a seat in this space for 1 hour, being with this person, right? A lot of times you don't get a chance to do that. Now, of course, there's going to be other 2 people besides yourself, and you all kind of have a conversation. Y'all all talk, and then the main person will answer your questions right here on the spot. And you don't have to bring your notebook, because everything's going to be filmed, recorded. And at the end of the day, you can play this back and learn from it and stuff like that. And on top of that, you also get your own short clip where you're talking, where you can share on your social media account, so you can start creating more content.
Yeah. And the best thing of that, Miguel, is that if you play your cards right here with that person, because like he said, they're valuable, their time is valuable. Who knows? They might give you their cell phone number, their personal phone number. Now you gotta, but
now you gotta be good at like
yes,
asking for that number.
Yes, but now you got a one-on-one connection that, hey, who knows? Whoever is sitting here, you can make a deal with that person, and both of you win. If there is rental properties, or maybe you got a client that they don't know, it doesn't really matter. But now you got them in your pocket.
Maybe we can even do like
See, a lot of ideas coming.
Another one where it's just like a one-on-one.
We can do that as well.
a one-on-one coaching
Yeah,
session,
we can do that, but that's gonna be a little bit higher.
5,000.
That's yeah, because now it's just
Now
you.
it's just you.
Now you don't got two people. It's
It's
just
just
you in front of that
in front
person
of that person. So it's gonna be 5,000. But hey, guess what? You're spending a whole hour
with that person.
with this person. You can ask them. Imagine if I had the
Oh,
opportunity
dude,
to
shit.
be in front of Warren Buffett
Oh,
or
I do.
Mike
I'll pay for
or
that.
Mark Cuban. You know what I'm saying? For 10, 20, 100,000. I'll pay for that, dude. Because if I'm at that place where
At that
if
level?
I need that level of
Phew,
people,
man,
that means
it's my card.
that's pocket change for me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But for somebody who's really gonna take your life to the next level, you know what I'm saying? Spending 5,000 in 1 hour session with them, where most of the time it's very difficult getting them to even accept your money because they're just so successful they won't accept it. Then hey, guess what? You're in front of them. But you don't have to start. You don't have to start there. You can share the space. Only pay $500 instead of 5,000. You're paying $500. You come in, you have a group, and then you learn from this person. Everything's being recorded. So if everything's being recorded,
Yep.
you can play it back anytime you want. You have these for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and that's good what he said. The one-on-one, and you got to record it. That because you're gonna be so excited. And now, if you play your card right, and you got their number, you got
You know, imagine like let's say you pay 5,000 to be in this podcast and this meeting with this person. For example, let's say Mark Cuban, right? Or let's say Terrell, I don't know, whoever you're thinking
Terrell
about.
Owens.
I don't know, Oprah, whoever.
Oh, shit.
Let's say you get a chance to sit in front of these people and you get 1 full hour, let's say one-on-one. You spend
One-on-one.
5,000. Of course, that money, some of that money is gonna go to that person because they're worth it.
Yeah.
And guess what happens? Well, you got your own podcast production, high quality 4K, where you can actually upload this video to your own YouTube channel and create shorts from that. It's a no-brainer. Drop the mic, my friend.
Oh, guess what? Even more value because you paid that money. Guess what you can do? You can actually create something that you want other people to come and see that interview that you had one-on-one because it was a mastermind. You can even charge.
You can charge. You can charge
because you pay for it. I'm like, if I pay $5,000, I don't want everybody to see this shit.
Somebody can sponsor it too.
Yeah, somebody can sponsor it. Oh, that's another thing. Sponsors. Yeah, you might not have the 5,000, but there's somebody else that might be like, hey, I sponsor it. I know that person. I want boom, they can sponsor it.
Mm-hmm. Let's say you're in the real estate space. Wouldn't you want to spend one-on-one with Grant Cardone?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not saying we have him yet because you're probably gonna spend hundreds of thousands to get
more.
Grant Cardone in the room with you to do a podcast with you. But that being said, it does not mean that you cannot get somebody that is way ahead of you in the real estate space that you can get for like $200 or $500, sharing the space. And again, I continue going back to this.
Yeah, I know.
But then at the end of the day, you get your own content.
Yes.
You get your own shorts, your own podcast.
And you can replay it.
And you can replay it again. And you start creating your brand. So imagine a package. Imagine this in a perfect world where you, my friend, can get 1 hour with somebody that is hard to reach. They're willing to give you that time, right? To teach you, coach you, ask questions, answer your questions. 1, 2, you also get your own podcast at the same time. 3, you get little short clips at the same time. If that exists, let me know and take my credit card.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, wait, hold on. It does exist.
It does exist. Us.
It does exist, my friend. And he's here at our studio.
Yep.
Don't waste any time going to these I don't want to say bull crap events where they just go drink, have fun, and you don't get any value from that. Or pay a little bit of money to get a lot of value from your work.
Hell yeah.
Stop wasting your time, my friend. Stop wasting your time. Time is money, right? We know that because the clients that we have that actually spend a lot of money is because they know time is more crucial than money. Money is just a conversion tool.
Yeah. And it's funny because he said he's right about everything like we're talking about. And guess what? These people that we know, a lot of these people and we got really good relationship. I got their personal number. Imagine if that can be you. And what he said, mastermind, and y'all know it. Business owners that are watching you, you know you've been to a mastermind, and you know that 20K, 50K to be with that person.
Yeah.
It's if the person that we know and you want to meet is because we know them and have a good relationship, that's why we're gonna be charging 5,000. But if we wouldn't have had that good connection, guess what? We would have been like, hey, it's gonna be 50,000 or 30,000 or 10,000. But since we got that good connection and we had talked to a few of them, they love this idea. They're willing to do it.
Mm.
They're willing to do it. But like I said, you can go out there and find this person without us having the relationship with them. They ain't gonna charge this. They're gonna be, oh, an hour of my time, man. Oh man, 20K. And you know it, y'all know it. Y'all seen this. I mean, look at people paying Grant Cardone like 50K, 100K. Hermosis paid Grant Cardone 120K. But guess what? He actually used and utilized that time and applied it. And look, he made 10x.
I honestly like one of the first videos I watched from Hermosi was actually he's doing like a board. Like he's writing on a board and he's telling people how he used Grant Cardone's whatever,
Mm-hmm.
like coaching tools or whatever. And I think that's what made him kind of famous.
Mm-hmm.
And he started just going at it.
Mhm.
But he's spending the money. Like Jesus said, he spent 120 grand or more on these coaching tools and programs to really get there. Now that we're talking about it,
Dang, got me all excited.
what we can do too is
Mm.
like live coaching sessions.
You can do that. We can do that. We talked about it. Remember getting that
like
big TV, and you can do your own live coaching sessions here with your group, but in a high quality.
Everybody
studio.
pays $200 a seat for that 1 hour, and you get your own coaching session, like with whoever you want to be with.
Oh yeah, you can coach.
We can bring like actual coaches,
Yeah,
and
true.
then just make some money that way too.
Yeah, like when we were talking about the coaches and we're talking about the TV, we can make that actually. We talked about that as well. Hey, you can actually. We are gonna put a big TV here where you don't see it here, but where I'm pointing it out, you can be here mic'd up, like you're doing a seminar, but here, high quality studio. You don't gotta go nowhere, and you got your students or the seminar or whatever you're doing. You already know that. What's his name? Tony Robbins is doing it.
Yeah.
All of these people,
Hermosi
is doing it. And now we have a part here at the studio, Panorama Brand Studio, where we're able to do that. Have that big 85-inch TV, and you come in here comfortable. Gonna have you coffee. We're gonna have snacks, tequila. We're gonna make sure that you're taken care of here.
Yeah, I remember when COVID happened and Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
I think he's the one that
started it. Tony Robbins did it.
He was like,
He bought
there
the
was
whole
a
room.
lot of TVs behind him, like little screens
Little
behind him,
screens.
and there was like a ton of people in the screens. Everybody was live. Remember that?
He's still doing it until
still
right
doing
now.
it.
He's still doing it. He's doing his live thing
because I never had anybody else do that.
No, it was only him, and then Hermosi did it, and even Grant, but Grant didn't do it too much. Grant Cardone,
Yeah.
but they had that money, they had that idea, and nobody else has implemented. We can do it with not at that higher level yet, but we can make it happen here. Where hey, who knows if the weather is super bad or maybe another COVID? Who knows? You don't have to be like you can come in here. You can, and you can make it happen. Everything is online. There's no problem for you to put an excuse.
There's not.
No, and when we have to be 6 apart or whatever, you're just gonna be here. We'll make sure that everything is set, and you're good to go, my friend. Then you don't even have to worry about water, coffee. It's gonna be there. And all these things that we're implementing and doing it here, y'all need to take action on it, because today's price and the prices is not gonna be the same here and next year. Everything is gonna change. And if we're doing it and we're the authority, and it, Tony Robbins and Grant Cardone are done it, and nobody else has done that at that level or a smaller level that we haven't seen, we are actually gonna do this. So we are putting ourselves in a place where as much as we're gonna grow, the prices are gonna grow, and it's gonna be hard for you to come in here. And the same with the people that we're meeting. The same, we're giving that opportunity right now because of that connections that we have. But as much as we grow, the time and the value and the stuff like that, all that is gonna change.
Oh
So
yeah.
so it's better for you to right now and do that, because as well as you're doing that, guess what? You're gonna scale. Now you're gonna be able to make 20, 30K as whatever your mindset is out there. Now, when somebody else that is bigger that we bring here, you're like, oh man, I'm willing to spend 15K, 20K on that. I'm willing to do the my little seminar or little workshop, not little, that workshop online where I can have 1,000 people. And not only that, you can actually bring somebody and partner up with. It doesn't have to be just you. It can be you and somebody else educating the people out there. And guess what? Now you can do it a 2-3 day event, online event here with partner up, so you don't have to put upfront all the money if you needed help. Now you got 2-3 people, like you said, real estate. You got a lender, you got the title, and you got the real estate investor. You know how much knowledge and power is there in one room? 3 people. You know how much people are gonna willing to pay for that to learn from you, from the 3 things that you actually need. Investing, title, because I need to take it to the title. If nothing happens in title, nothing's gonna happen. And then you got the lending person. You need money, so you need somebody to teach you all the key. Man, I got all excited because if I was really doing real estate and putting a show like that, and I would definitely be paying for that.
Same here.
Because you know that in your head you were like, damn, I'm wasting this. No, you're not. No, you're not, because you're actually gonna scale up if you do know what you're doing. And from there, you go to the next level and the next level and the next level, and just be you. Be you, because certainties of life and things around the world is always gonna happen. That's always gonna happen. You cannot let your head. Election is coming. Yes, November. Everybody is out there. Yes, we are watching everything, because you need to. You need to be out there and seeing what it is happening out there, because it does affect everybody. But you cannot let that stop you from what the reality that you're making right now. You got to go through it, and you got to make those things happen. Who cares about person A, B, C, or D? They're talking, oh, Miguel Jesus, next year you're going to close down and this and that. Hell no, those are the wrong people. We don't even hang around with those kind of people. And even if they're there, they're ex. We ain't going to be, they're not in our radar. So all of these things, guys, personal, business, relationships, take it seriously, because we only have this one life, man. We live every day, and we gotta die once. So enjoy it. Mistakes, the moments, the experiences, the good, the bad. Shit, man, I got 3 days and I can't pay the rent. Well, it's an experience that you're living, and we both live that. Those last moments, and God just comes in and like, boom, holy crap.
And just gotta make it happen. I was gonna say,
go ahead, bro.
We can do like another short live.
Yes, indeed.
On Instagram.
Yeah, we can.
So we can kind of pause this one and go to Instagram.
Yeah, I gotta. But anything else that you want to say in here?
I mean, in general, just take advantage of these opportunities. Video, the world of video is really changing, and the videos, people need videos, businesses need videos, because that's what is trending right now. I had a conversation with somebody I know, and he was telling me, yeah, I do this, I do that, pictures, whatever. I told him, like, dude, man, focus on videos, because that's how you're going to sell your clients and your customers. Stop thinking about this and that and photos or something boring that's the past, right? That's why I changed from photos to videos, because I know it's a trend, and you want to keep up with the demand. Now, from photos to videos, I know AI is it's the new trending thing, and that's why I'm also moving towards AI as well, because I'm gonna follow the trend. I'm gonna make money by following the trend.
Yeah.
But that's all I wanted to say. We actually gonna hop on an Instagram to test it out.
Yeah. We're gonna. Yep.
And then just go from there.
Yeah. And thank you guys. This is not gonna be the last. Now we know that there's the power of live streaming and giving you knowledge and giving you what we're doing. My mindset is kind of like maybe doing it for right now, just to start. Maybe out of the 7 days, 3 or 4 days go live stream, and then after that maybe do 2 live streams a day. So it depending on how we are not busy or what we're doing, but you can do that as well here at our studio at Panorama Brand Studio. Thank you.
Let's go.
Peace out. Let's go.